What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode here on Wide Eye Sports. Today, we have an OG returning. Riley is back. If you haven't watched the show before, it has been probably about a year since Riley was a regular on the show, but he was with us for the first two full seasons we did the show. He was a regular every single week, and he's had some new job complications, so he hasn't been able to make it as often, but we're looking to get him back here pretty soon. So, making his return, a little round of applause for Riley. Welcome back to the show. How you been?
Good. Living the dream.
Living the dream, being a Bears fan.
Yeah, they have a winning record.
Winning record. I saw a tweet the other day that said from a Bears fan that says, "I just realized it's week 9. I haven't visited Tankathon once."
That's so true. I haven't pulled the Boo the Bears bag out of the
Oh my
the
goodness.
cabinet yet. Hopefully it'll remain in the drawer instead.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. Well, let's get into week 9 here. We're gonna go over everything. We're gonna look at everything, and we're just gonna kind of talk about it. So, start first. Thursday Night Football: Baltimore Ravens, Miami Dolphins, 28-6. I think we all assumed that once Lamar was back, the Ravens team would snap back into shape. Offensively, I didn't expect them to be shut the Dolphins out and only let them get 6 points, but I definitely expected them to put up 25 plus points on the Dolphins. Wasn't really surprised by the win. You guys?
No, with Lamar back, I expect the Ravens to be contenders.
Yeah. Doll? You're muted, buddy. You're still muted.
Needs to step up.
There it is. Now we got you.
The defense needs to step up. It's against the Dolphins, so I'm not very, a win is a win, but Dolphins.
Yeah. I'm not putting anything. I'm not like, oh shit, they beat the Dolphins. I'm just like,
They weren't looking good even when Lamar was playing originally in the season. So I need to see a little bit more consistency out of them, but. Good win for the Ravens for sure.
I've missed some time, so maybe you guys have already gone over this. But where are you guys at on this fire Mike McDaniel's train that's been going on the last couple of weeks?
I don't think Mike McDaniel needs to go necessarily. I think Tua needs to go. Yeah, I think Tua needs to go. Yeah. I'm glad they fired their GM. I have a cousin who's a Dolphins fan, and he has not liked him since 2016. So a lot of people are saying that that's a good move, and hopefully, with their terrible schedule, they'll have a good draft spot, and maybe we'll see Arch Manning in Miami.
Does Tua have a contract they can move out from underneath?
That I'm unaware of, but I can tell you in a couple seconds here.
Because what they paid him a year or two ago?
Yeah, they paid because he had that 5,000 yard season.
Yeah,
and it was insane. So let's see here. So Tua. All right. Well, this is not good. This is really not good for the Dolphins. The cap hit for Tua next season is $56 million. And if they cut him, it would be $99 million against the cap. So literally a third of your entire cap out the window. They do have a potential out after next season. So you could legitimately draft Arch Manning still and either try to trade Tua for cheap or let him compete with Arch Manning and then cut him the year after.
They're in a Deshaun Watson situation.
Yeah, hardcore.
They just have nowhere to go with the cap.
And to be completely clear, I don't even know if Arch Manning will be the number 1 overall pick the way he's played this year. So that is just like we're just saying the number 1 overall pick could be in Miami. All right, next game up here is Riley, Bears Bengals. What a game! I really thought the Bears. In a group chat we're in, somebody said, I don't even remember who it was, but somebody said Bears have lost the momentum, and I was with it. I was like, they did. This is not looking good for the Bears.
I thought it was. So
Ben Johnson, baby.
And this is, I don't know if you guys watched the game, but it was.
I did.
Colston Loveland who caught that pass to win the game.
Yep.
Cole Kmet had gone out with an injury earlier in the game. And I'm a big Cole Kmet guy.
Yeah.
But if that's Cole Kmet running that seam, I don't know if he takes that to the house.
Well, so that was something I was going to bring up on the show before I even knew you were going to be on. I thought he was dumb for doing that. When he got to the 10, I'm like, slide. Because, like, you can milk the game. You don't give him the ball back. There's 19 seconds left. You run the clock down. You call a timeout. You kick a field goal. You walk off winners. Instead, they did the Bears thing where they scored, and I'm like, oh, my God. Joe Flacco and Ja'Marr Chase have 19 seconds left. They're going to win the game with 19 seconds. Like, I was like, you cannot.
It was weird from a standpoint, too. I mean, I'm not sure I've ever seen the Bears put up 47 points.
That's
but
fair.
It still looked like they had so much more room for improvement. Because Caleb, he looked real antsy in the pocket all game.
But that's Caleb every week. He always looks antsy in the pocket.
Well, that final throw looked great. It was step back, hit the back foot, let it go.
That's beautiful.
I've not seen that all game.
We haven't really seen that much throughout his career. And that's his biggest thing is somebody, I saw a tweet, or maybe it was a text, I don't remember where I saw it, but somebody said, somebody let Caleb Williams know he doesn't have to scramble out of a clean pocket. Like, yeah. I'm like, this is the truth. Like, he doesn't need to do that, but he doesn't.
No, go ahead.
No, continue.
We're halfway through the season.
Crazy.
And I still don't know what this Bears team is. We've had one solid win that was, unfortunately, against the Cowboys, where everything looked great. The other 4 wins have been Jaden Daniels dropping the ball on the ground, last second,
the Saints
on a game we probably should have lost, and we're coming into the hardest part of our schedule. The rest of the season,
it's tough.
We have 5 division opponents, and I think only 1 team without a winning record.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. You play the Giants next week, then you
which is a must win. We have got to have that.
My monitor just went AFK on me. That was really weird. My monitor just switched on me.
But we really have got to have that Giants game in order to give us some room going forward. The division's so close right now. But the defense is leading the league in takeaways. But when they aren't taking the ball away, the defense is bad.
Yeah, they're struggling. Okay, sorry, let me get this. My other monitor just shut off on me. I wasn't really prepared for that to happen. So I'm just down to 1 monitor here. So let's move on to the next game. Vikings at Lions. Dalt, you said it the other day, and I didn't blame you at all. You expected the Lions to win this game by 10 points or more. And I didn't blame you. You know, like I wasn't going to be mad at you for that take, right? Like the Vikings hadn't shown that they were going to be dominant anytime soon or anything of that sort.
And but I didn't think that just plugging in JJ McCarthy was going to make it, a better offense.
Yeah. And to be completely honest with you, I didn't know if it was going to be this week, right? Like I said, the last thing I said before we got off the show was, I don't know if it's this week, but we're getting healthy. And when they click together, it's going to be really good. And you saw that. It was really good. As soon as they clicked together, and it kind of a weird stat, JJ McCarthy had exactly 143 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, and won this game 27-24. Riley, does that sound familiar to you? Because week 1 against the Bears, he had 143 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, and won the game 27-24. Very, very weird. The exact same stat line for both games. But he did have a swing pass to Aaron Jones that was ruled as a lateral pass. It wasn't a backwards pass, but a lateral pass is considered a rush. But so that went for like 50 yards. It didn't count. So
and
ticky-tacky. But
this is secondhand information. I didn't watch the game.
Yeah.
Wasn't it very a tale of 3 quarters versus 1? Didn't he have almost all those yards in 1/2 or maybe
the first quarter he had a ton of most of those yards of the 143. But that's what I was just bringing up. That swing past Aaron Jones was in the third quarter, so he should have had like 70 more yards in the third quarter that didn't get counted.
Oh,
and so he did technically he had like 114 of those 143 in the first half. But when you watch that game, this game, I've listened to a couple podcasts since that game, and one guy specifically said this. He's like, he's a Vikings fan. He's like, in my 45 years of being a Vikings fan, I have never seen a game in which the player's box score was so far away from the player's impact on the game. Like, he did play really, really well almost all day. The only thing I think he really struggled with was he was too amped up. He would get out of the pocket and he would have guys. He would have JJ for 4 yards. He would have Jalen Nailor for 7 yards. And he was trying to just rocket it down the field for 14, 20, 30 yards downfield on the run. And they were inaccurate passes that he missed. And he acknowledged it after the game and was like, "Hey, I gotta take a breath. I gotta just take what they give me." There in a couple of those were on big downs. But to start the game, he had a 3rd and 10 conversion, a 3rd and 10 conversion, and then to end the game, and those were in the red zone to get touchdowns. And then to end the game, he had the big 3rd and 5 throw, and that was his biggest accolade coming out of college, was when it matters most, 3rd and whatever, and they know you're passing the ball, he delivers every time. That's what he does. It doesn't matter that they know he's going to deliver. He's going to make the right decision. And that's what he did. And that's what I want him to do. That's what I'm asking him to do. I'm not asking him to be Josh Allen. I don't expect him to be Josh Allen, right? I expect him to, when it matters, complete the pass. And that's what he did. But we don't have to spend a ton more time on that game. We can move on. We're kind of lagging here. Carolina at Green Bay, maybe the best game of the entire day. I think everybody on this show was very happy to see that game. Carolina beats the Packers 1 week after them being crowned Super Bowl champions. I am not here to diminish the Packers season so far. Riley will do that for me. But I will say, Pittsburgh is not a juggernaut. They are just not a juggernaut. So I'm not looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers win as like, last week I wasn't looking at it as, that means who's going to beat this team? I believe they can compete with this team each and every week. Absolutely. Like, I don't think if the Packers win into Seattle tomorrow, I believe the Packers could win. I believe the Packers could lose. They went into Tampa Bay, same thing. What were you going to say?
Raiders trading Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, I saw that.
Jack, sorry.
You're good.
Just saw that.
Oh, no. Jacoby Myers gets traded to Jacksonville, yeah. We'll talk about that more here in a second. But the Packers go into Philly this week, and then they have to play at the Giants, which isn't a super crazy game. But then they go to Detroit, have to play Chicago at home, which is going to be a tough game. But then they go to Denver, at Chicago, Baltimore, and then at Minnesota. That's 7 tough games in the final 8 weeks. So the Packers aren't, I think the Packers probably finish somewhere around 10, 11 wins, and that may be enough to get them.
Whoa. The Jets are trading Sauce Gardner to the Colts.
No way.
Yeah. Sleeper.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
The Colts just got
Sauce Gardner to the Colts.
God.
Wow.
Oh.
Colts are the best team in the NFL right now.
Colts just took a big jump there. I know the Pittsburgh Steelers just beat them, but that was more, in my opinion, that was more of an any given Sunday game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers are a better team than the Colts game. They did a really good job against the Colts. They shut down Jonathan Taylor. They handled that game, but I don't expect the Colts to be a perfect team every week. We're going to get there in a second. Let's breeze through some of these other games. Broncos, Texans, low scoring. I said take the over on 40. I was wrong. I just don't expect any NFL game to be kept under 40. Good job to Denver. Bo Nix scrambles towards the end of the game and gets a gets a good first down pickup to help put them in position to get that field goal and win that game. So good job, Bo Nix. Atlanta Falcons missed the PAT to tie that game against the Patriots. Patriots get a win. Until this week, I believe the Patriots had not beaten. Yes, Patriots had not beaten a team. Oh, no, they beat the Bills. So they beat the Bills. The Bills were the only team with a winning or 500 record that they had beaten. And they squeaked past the Falcons. I'm not sold on this Patriots team yet. I do believe Drake May is absolutely fucking balling out, and I love that for him. But as a team, as a unit, as a whole, I'm not convinced that the Patriots are Super Bowl contenders by any means. I'm not convinced they're more than first-round guys. They need to go out against big boy against, a non-division opponent, because division games are weird, and just really prove it consistently. And then I'll believe they're Super Bowl contenders. They're absolutely a playoff team. They could win a playoff game. I'm not saying that, but I do not see them as the class of the AFC yet. Any thoughts on that?
No, I agree. I mean, I think they're hanging their hat on that game against the Bills. It's a division game. I think they still have a lot left to prove.
How happy do you think Sapp is right now?
I avoid talking to him about the Patriots.
Riley's best man, Sapp, is a huge Patriots fan, and they're doing well. And the Colts just traded away, or the Jets just traded away Sauce Gardner. He's on cloud 9 right now.
Oh yes.
There is no better time to be him.
I just know as soon as I say anything about the Patriots, he's going to want to say Drake May is better than Caleb Williams.
I mean,
I'm just prolonging that conversation as long as I can.
San Francisco at New York. San Francisco beats the Giants. We talked about this on Sunday before the games. This was not a shocker at all. We expected with Scatterboo out that the Giants weren't going to be the same team. They're not. End of story. Any thoughts? Cool. Chargers at Titans, kind of the same thing. We expected the Chargers to beat the Titans by at least a score. Nobody was sitting here thinking that the Titans were going to win that game.
I mean, the Chargers. Actually, just to go back real quick, yeah. Mac Jones does look really good.
That's the 49ers.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say, just to go back
to the
real
Niners
quick.
Game. Yeah.
Mac Jones does look really good. I don't know when Brock Purdy is gonna become available.
Should be here pretty quick.
But honestly, it's kind of like the situation with the Cardinals.
Seahawks trade for Rashid Shaheed.
Oh wow.
A wide receiver out of New Orleans, the speedster.
Wow.
The deep threat. So they're making moves too. They're buyers. Ooh, this is gonna be.
Let's say, man, we've got about 4.
It's picking up right now.
We've got about 4 hours.
Yeah,
about 4 hours.
I'm saying with 4 hours left, and it was 2 firsts for Sauce.
2 firsts.
2 firsts.
Jesus.
Wow.
Whoa. Wow.
That's a heavy price.
To be fair, the Colts, their major issue so far has been their passing defense. They're 31st in attempts because they're up so much, and they're giving up 26th in yards. So their yards and attempts are almost even because they're giving up so much, and it would be one thing if they were 31st in attempts and 20th in yards, right? Then you're giving up a lot of attempts, but you're shutting them down. Like, they're getting the yards when they try. So this is the thing the Colts were needing, was a shutdown corner. They go out, and I mean, he hasn't played like a shutdown corner this year, but he also hasn't really been in the environment to go out there and ball out every week. So I think this is huge. Cam Bynum's a good safety. This is massive.
Do you think the Jets are done dealing? Or do you go full? Do you just?
I go full. I go to ownership and I go, listen, this is if I'm I can't think of his name off the top of my head right now. Why can't I think of his name? The head coach. Why can I not think of his name?
Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn, thank you. If I'm Aaron Glenn, I go to Woody Johnson. I'm like, listen, this is the old regime's team. This is their team, minus Justin Fields and some of those guys they brought in this offseason. Allow me to build my team. Allow me to go fire sale and give you my team and give you my best effort over the next 2 to 3 years. Give me that leeway and let's go win some football games. That's what I would do personally, but that's who knows? Speaking of the Colts, Colts lose to the Steelers. Daniel Jones looked like New York Daniel Jones that day. It was the Steelers were getting pressure all day. The Colts offensive line, which has been the heart and soul of their team and the reason they are so unstoppable on offense, got manhandled. Straight up, got manhandled. End of story. They got pushed around and bullied all day. It's very unlike them. I don't think it'll continue. I think it was just a bad game. I don't think the Colts are a pumpkin.
I think it was more than that. I think a lot of it was discipline. There was like 6 turnovers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they got to Daniel Jones all day. Daniel Jones was frazzled because the offensive line was getting worked. And I don't.
Well, it was also there were special teams turnovers too. It wasn't.
Okay. I thought Daniel Jones had like 2 fumbles and 2 picks. My bad.
There was also some special teams.
Okay.
As
I
well.
I missed those. So yeah, just a bad game all around.
Yeah, like I agree with what you were saying earlier, how the Steelers aren't juggernauts, because if you need 5 to 6 turnovers a game to win a game,
yeah,
you know what I mean. That's you're asking too much.
And that's what happened against the Rams too for the Colts, is they had 2 major turnovers. One of them was the A.D. Mitchell. As he was scoring, he let the ball go. And then I don't remember what the other one was, but I know they had 2 major turnovers in that game, and they lost by 7, right? Yeah. Like, this Colts team, still really good. They lost, but every team loses. Like, every team but the undefeated Dolphins lose a game. Like, the 85 Bears lost a game. Like, it happens, right? So, sky's not falling in Indy. They just get Sauce Gardner. Huge ups for them. Speaking of other trade, Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Raiders in OT by a point. They go out and they go get Jacoby Myers the day after playing against him. Jacoby, I wonder what
that trade doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter.
You ready to hear it?
Well, Travis Hunter's injured.
Yeah, Travis Hunter's injured, but you ready to hear what I think it was? I think they are acknowledging with this trade that Hunter needs to be a defensive player. Like, he just needs to be defensive. We can get him some sub-package offensive stuff and help him be a weapon on offense, but he needs to be a defensive guy. He needs to solely be defensive, and now we have a 1 and a 2 at receiver on offense, and he can go be a gadget guy. I think that's what this move was.
I think having a lights-out corner is much more rare than having a lights-out wide receiver. Yeah. You find one of those every year or two in the draft, and then finding some guy who just absolutely stands out on defense, and then it translates into the NFL. That's very rare.
Playing cornerback is one of the most difficult things in the world, right? You're not allowed to touch guys. You're not allowed to touch them at all, and you have to go out there and shut them down. And if there's 60 reps in a football game, right? You give up 2 of those, and each of them's for 50 yards and a touchdown. You got burnt. You're trash. You're garbage, right? Like, that's 2 out of 60, and you're garbage. So
yeah,
it is what it is. It's very tough to find true shutdown corners. They come and go. Stephon Gilmore in 2018, Xavier Rhodes in 2017, Sauce Gardner here as of late, Darrelle Revis back in the day, Sherm back in the day. They're not. You don't just have them all over the place. You have sets of them, but they're not always overlapping, and there's not 4 or 5 of them at any given time. Whereas I do believe Justin Jefferson is one, not 1A. I believe he's 1, but you have a Jamar Chase, you have a CeeDee Lamb, you have a Jackson Smith-Njigba, all in the NFL at the same time, right? There's not 4 or 5 shut down, lockdown corners in the NFL at any given time.
Yeah.
Let's move on to.
I was gonna say, just keep it on this game. I thought at the beginning it was a really slow burn. I remember when we talked about it on the live, I said 2 words: poop bowl, and it really stuck to that for a while. It was like 6-9, LOL, for a bit. So just like a battle of field goals. And then in the fourth quarter, it just kind of exploded, and it turned into like a really good game that I started paying attention to, and and I really admire Pete Carroll going for the win there. They scored that touchdown, didn't think that they could do it, and I knew the whole time, I was like, he's absolutely going for the win here. There is no chance Pete Carroll kicks it for the tie. I would rather have a loss. I don't know. I would rather have a loss in my column than a tie. And if somebody can explain to me why a tie is better, that's fine. I'll concede. But right now, I'd rather have 2 columns, not 3.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get this off my chest then, real quick, while we're on that subject. We have a couple minutes here. One, the Colts are sending a player and 2 first rounds for Sauce Gardner. The player has not been named yet. Yeah, crazy. But in regards to ties, shouldn't happen. There should be no reason there's a tie. Dalton, you've brought up kicking field goals. Like, I don't care what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Well, my bigger issue with it is that it doesn't negatively impact your win-loss record for playoffs.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing.
It counts as a win.
Well, it counts as half a win and half a loss. But half a loss is nothing because it gets you over the other team. I don't believe you should be rewarded with half a win for not winning. You didn't lose either, but you didn't win. And if you don't win, you should not get half a win. Period.
I think that if you end regulation and there's a tie, you go into, I would say, an unlimited offense to where, coin flip and then start
so college
at 10,
football style.
Sort of. But you start at the 10 yards from a touchdown.
Yeah.
You need a touchdown. Boom. Okay. Next team goes. You need a touchdown.
That's what
okay, they get one. Now we're going to the 15. Can you score from the 15?
Okay.
Same thing, and then just back and forth until somebody doesn't score.
I've always said that they should just do 1 10-minute overtime, and if it's tied at 0-0 of overtime, sudden death. Next team to score wins. Period. So, it just keeps rolling. Like you're on the 35-yard line with 3 seconds left, and 3, 2, 1 goes. Kick a field goal, you win the game. Doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. I don't know. There just shouldn't be no reason for a tie.
I really hope we see something in the offseason this year addressing
I doubt
that.
it. It's dumb. All right.
I think we might.
Rams roll the Saints. There's nothing to talk about there. Is exactly what we thought. Stafford, May, and Darnold are my 3 MVP candidates through this point in the season. Stafford has like a crazy 150 not 150. It's like 135 passer rating against the blitz this season, thrown for 16 touchdowns. He's absolutely balling out.
Yeah, in this game specifically, I put it in the chat because I was wrong initially, but versus the blitz, he had 4 touchdowns, 3 incompletions against the Saints.
Crazy. Another crazy completion. Seahawks, Sam Darnold, 4 touchdowns, 16 for 16 at halftime. They did say that, and I know I skipped a game. We're gonna get to it. They did say that in the locker room, they're like, you were pitching a perfect game at halftime. It's kind of like a pitcher. You don't say anything to him. And Sam goes, well, somebody at halftime definitely said something to me. I'm not going to tell you who it was, but somebody definitely said something. So he was a little peeved off at that guy. I was like, that's worth $1 million. Like, you should have to write $1 million check for that. In the NFL, you're playing in the NFL, you write $1 million check for costing a guy a perfect game. They roll the Commanders. Jaden Daniels gone for the season. RIP, poor guy. Weird, exact same yard line, exact same team as RG3's injury, knee, elbow, crazy stuff. We won't get too much into that on this episode.
Was it his throwing arm?
No, it was his non-throwing arm. But still,
there is a bright side.
Yeah, there's something. Still a cursed field. Kansas City at Buffalo, crazy good game. Josh Allen was Josh Allen in this game. That's all there is to it. Josh Allen became Josh Allen. The Bills have looked disgusting at times this year, and Josh Allen has failed to be Josh Allen at times this year, and he looked peak Josh Allen. Like, they went into the bye off 2 straight losses, including a 24-14 loss to the Falcons of all teams, who knows what they are. And it was absolutely good to see him in shape and slinging it the way we know he can. So I love that. It's better for the league. When Josh Allen's playing at that level, it's just better for the league, plain and simple. Not a whole lot to cover there, really. It's just Josh Allen was Josh Allen. He played his best. I did think it was funny that while I do agree that I don't know if you guys both watched the game. Did you? There was a tip pass that should have been called a tip pass, but instead it was called intentional grounding. Do you guys see that? So it was a tip pass that was called intentional grounding that was not reviewable, but they called it intentional grounding on the field. It was not reviewable because it was a penalty that's not reviewable, and it was all the Chiefs fans are in like a big, they're really pissed because of it, because it was a missed call. And every talking head on sports has been like, really, you're upset because the refs missed a call, Kansas City. You're upset because how often last year did we sit here and go, if they don't get that call at the end of the game, they lose that game.
Yeah.
Every single week we were doing it where, here they go, refs are helping them. And it's been very frustrating to see Kansas City go, it was the refs. Come on, dude.
It does still suck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does
regardless
still suck.
of how your season went last year. If your game
defending the Chiefs, this is wild.
I am not defending the Chiefs. I am defending football fans who love a good game.
I love that. I love that take.
It sucks. It sucks regardless of who your team is. Even if you're winless, and this is the one game you could have won, maybe. Yeah. It's
inconsistencies.
It's just terrible whenever you have, replay assist has. Okay, why do we not have replay assist on every single play? Why is that not reviewable? You know what I mean?
I'll get into that in a sec.
We can all clearly look at it and
Riley?
See it.
I know we've come back to this 3 times now. It's looking like the Colts are sending is it Adonai Mitchell, the wide receiver?
A.D. Mitchell, yeah.
A.D. Mitchell and the 2 first for Sauce Gardner.
Oh, wow.
And that is
good trade.
That is coming from Colts fans in different group chats.
2 firsts is crazy. With a player, 2 firsts is insane.
Dude, Clay's going to be ecstatic. He hates A.D. Mitchell.
Yes.
He's going to be ecstatic. We're in a group chat with a guy who's a Colts fan.
That's my source on this.
I just got the text. He's right.
Coming from somebody who is a outside Colts fan, that is the best trade that they could have gotten. Honestly,
that's awesome great. For them. Last game we're going to talk about here, and then we'll kill the episode here after we give our prediction and records. Cardinals, Cowboys, Dalt, I'm sorry. I needed Brandon Aubrey to get me 1 more point to win my fantasy game, and instead the Cowboys turned the ball over 3 times in field goal range and went for it on 4th down, and I wanted to kill myself.
This was not and everyone's going to say it. I don't care what you say. If you watch the game, you would know that this is not Dak Prescott's fault. He had a fucking amazing game.
Yeah, until the final couple drives, he had been on point pretty much all day.
I still don't think he really had anything to do with the loss, because when you look at it, I have never really seen a game where the rest of the team failed to step up and help their quarterback. You got 4 fumbles, 2 turnovers, 4 drops from some of your starters. With a defense that is non-existent. It looks like 11 guys playing 0 out there.
To be fair, the defense did step up in the end. They went out and got stops when they needed to. The Cowboys role players, not Dak, the role players on offense let the team down with the turnovers.
And then Schottenheimer. That play calling was just belligerent. It seemed like he was playing not scared.
I will say
playing scared, but he was playing more aggressively than he needed to, because he felt like his non-aggressiveness, I think, cost him the game in Denver. So he's trying to overcorrect, or he's trying to correct for that, and I feel like he overcorrected.
So the one thing I will say, the only thing I put on Dak for this whole game is the final drive, taking the sacks. He needed to get the ball out. And then
that's hard, man. Because I'm sorry, because you don't take a 3rd down sack, you don't take a 4th down sack, and it's frustrating when I'm watching like Carson Wentz or these other guys like Yeah, they take sacks, but there are some times where they will just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Get rid of the ball.
The only other thing I will put on Dak, I think that his throw on the 4th and 5 conversion that they didn't get to CeeDee Lamb was super late. Like that needed to be.
Well, CeeDee should have came back. I don't know why, because when you look at it, there was such soft coverage.
Yeah,
that there needs to be a connection. You know what I mean?
I think
like I'm craving a Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce connection. I need a quarterback and a receiver who can be at the line, who you guys can talk to each other. You can see that soft coverage. I know Coach called this. You're gonna run up right by that first down marker. You're gonna turn right the fuck around, and the ball is gonna be coming at you in your face.
I think that was CeeDee's thought process was I'm gonna run up there and I'm gonna give the soft coverage everything I have, and I'm just gonna turn around real quick, and I'm gonna let the ball come to me because the ball is gonna be coming to me right away, and it wasn't, and he was like, oh shit, and then had to try to come back to it, and by that time, like Dak, I feel like missed that soft coverage there and didn't throw it early enough, and I'm not saying like that's the reason they lost. I'm just saying that those are the only two things. Other than that, Dak played a good game. He was on point all day. I'm not putting the loss on him. It was absolutely the turnovers by the role players that I believe lost them the game, and the play calling. You kick the field goal there. You're in the third quarter. Yeah, you have an entire quarter to play, down 2 scores. You kick the field goal there.
Literally in the first quarter, they did a turnover on downs because fourth and goal.
Yeah,
went for it. And and
you take the points.
Yeah, he should have just kicked the field goal.
I do have a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
The Cincinnati linebacker you guys traded for, do you think that's a big needle mover for your defense?
Who did we trade for?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Oh, you guys sent a 7th round pick for who is the linebacker out of Cincinnati? The only one they have.
I don't know. I'm looking it up.
Wilson, maybe? Something Wilson?
All I can think is Cedric Wilson, and it's not Cedric Wilson. Logan Wilson.
That's right.
You guys traded for him this morning. Do you think that's going to solve a lot of the Cowboys' issues?
0%. 0%.
Yeah, no.
You could have said that the Bengals have disbanded as a team, and we get their entire defense.
I mean, you'd be in
nobody from the Bengals.
For a 7th round pick, that's a steal.
It's a good addition. Here's the thing. All week, or for the past couple weeks, we've been told that Bengals, Cowboys are in talks about a trade for a defensive player. Oh boy! And it turns out to be the linebacker, not Trey Hendrickson, which is good because if they went out and traded for Trey Hendrickson after trading away Micah Parsons, I think they might burn the building down.
I'm pretty confident that Logan Wilson. I'm pretty confident that Logan Wilson still has some gas in the tank. I don't know how much that is. I don't know how much that matters unless Jerry calls out on a defensive tackle and a safety. I think those positions are what's going to help us. But I'm not sure parting ways with that much draft capital is worth it to go 8-1.
For sure.
So, I think, man, if you ask me, and it's frustrating, this season is over for the Cowboys. I don't like there are just too many big moves that we need to make, and I don't think it's worth. Yeah, like I was saying, I don't think it's worth the draft capital. So just
fair enough.
Play out the games that you have. Rest some of your big guys. Talk to them and tell them I'm sorry. This is a wash, and we're gonna better luck next year.
Yeah, no. There's 2 games left on the Cowboys schedule that I think are easy wins, and that's at Vegas and at the Commanders, both road games. They have Philly at home, Kansas City at home, Minnesota at home, Chargers at home, and at the Giants. I don't believe those are easy games.
We're on a bye. We're on a bye this week, so thankfully.
Yeah, I just meant like the games you have coming up down the road. All right, real quick, let's breeze through this so we can get off here. We're almost 40 minutes deep. Our predictions each week during the offseason, we went through and predicted 1 week of the offseason. Riley was not involved in that. It was Spoon, who's not on the show today. I went 9-5 this week. Dalt, you also went 9-5 this week. The games that we got flip-flopped on, you were on Kansas City and I was on Buffalo, and you were on Dallas and I was on Arizona. I had a choke in my throat. So I moved to 84-48 overall. You moved to 81-51 overall. Spoon had a rough week for the second time this year, going 6-8. Ends up at 75-57 overall, and we are as a unit 76-57, which makes us 57% on the season. Midway through the season, we are almost at 60%, and for predicting these games 18 weeks out each, I think that's pretty freaking good. That's at least every other game we're getting at this point. So, hey, it's pretty good. All right, you guys got anything else you want to add before you hop off here?
No.
All right. Peace, and we will see you in the next one.